The Flatland Cowboy and his horse in a swamp. We started riding our horses to all the lower 48 states in 2013. By January of 2014, we stopped at Olla, Louisiana. I did cowboy church at this benefit for Paul Daly and his wild horse ministry. Believe me, this is an awesome ministry, and the benefit was done at Mike McCartney's ranch near Olla. A couple days after the benefit, Mike, being a Louisiana cowboy, decided to see if this old Kansas cowboy could ride his horse in a swamp. Mike said, "Let's go for a ride." Now, mind you, Mike didn't tell me he was going to take me into the swamp. Well, I saddled Bubba, and we headed off into the forest. We hadn't been gone 15 minutes until I saw the water. Well, Mike just rode his horse right out in the middle of that swamp, and Bubba and I stayed right on his tail. It wasn't long before the water was belly high to Bubba, and my cowboy boots were down in the water. When we're in the middle of this big swamp that I couldn't see the end of, Mike began to tell me that there's gators and snakes and other varmints in this swamp. Well, I got Bubba's nose closer and closer to Mike's horse's butt. As we're riding, Mike is telling me the story of the Devil's Hole. He said there was an old man who was a drunk and was fishing one night down at this hole here in the swamp. Mike said the old drunk came running into town, how the drunk was scared, and he told everybody he saw the devil in the swamp. Mike also told me there was a big gator there in what they call Devil's Hole. Now, nobody knows what the old man really saw. Everybody thinks it was that big gator in the dark of the night. Mike went on to say that the drunk sobered up, and he hasn't touched alcohol, and he's been attending church ever since. That was a neat story Mike told. Now, my imagination was running wild as I was riding through this densely forested and dark, deep swamp. This all goes to prove that we always need to pray and trust God to get us through a tight fix. Now, faith gives comfort to Christians even when facing death or a crisis. Read Romans 8:38 and 39 gives us that comfort.